Islam Makhachev just threw his hat into the ring for one of the biggest potential super fights of 2026. He's openly endorsing a clash with Ilia Topuria at the historic UFC White House event on June 14th. In a fresh interview with Serbian outlet Telegraph, the welterweight champion said he loves the idea of facing the lightweight champ on the South Lawn. He added that with enough deserving contenders in his division already, he's open to a new target, especially one as high profile as Topuria, and he'll be prepped after Ramadan ends, ready for the White House or any date. This comes as the UFC ramps up matchmaking for the ultra-exclusive card. Dana White has called it potentially the most watched UFC event ever, and talks are moving fast. Justin Gaethje has been the frontrunner for Topuria, unifying the belts after his interim win over Paddy Pimblett. Topuria has been sidelined by personal issues, but recently confirmed he's back training full-time, and a champ versus champ at 170 pounds would be a massive draw. Another intriguing detail is that Ilia's boxing coach revealed that they're hearing other names as well. Not just Justin Gaethje, hinting that Makhachev fight is being discussed.
No, in my division, a lot of contenders who deserve the title fight. Just UFC have to give me new target. That's it. I just waiting.
There has been a lot of talk about the potential fight between you and Ilia Topuria. How do you look at that situation?
Yeah, I like this idea. If UFC want, I know a lot of MMA fans want this fight. I'm ready.
What about fight in White House in Washington? Do you thinking about that?
Yeah, also it's one of the arena where I'm gonna fight next, and we have the Ramadan month where I'm not gonna training 1 month, and after that I will slowly beginning my training camp, and I will be ready White House or as other dates. I will be ready.
Shara Bullet just went off on Ilia Topuria, calling him overrated and questioning the legitimacy of his entire path to the belt, and the MMA community is already split over it. Shara didn't deny Topuria's talent, but his point was clear. He doesn't believe Ilia's title run reflects the level of dominance people claim. In his view, several of Topuria's pre-title wins came against opponents he considers questionable, and when Ilia finally fought elite names, Shara believes the timing worked in his favor. He pointed to Charles Oliveira being worn down from wars, Max Holloway having years of damage and mileage on his body, and Volkanovski no longer being at the peak level that once made him dominant. This isn't the first time Shara has made negative comments about Georgian fighters. He's had several conflicts with Georgians in the past. Almost immediately after those comments, Ilia's coach came out with one of the boldest predictions possible about the Justin Gaethje fight. No long fight, just a straight statement that Ilia will knock him out in the first round, in the first exchange. Shara, on the other hand, has been rumored to face Alex Pereira in a grappling match in the near future. Speaking of Ilia, Chael Sonnen doesn't believe Ilia Topuria should be a big favorite against Justin. Let's dive in.
That's a big fight. I'm not arguing for you how competitive it is, but I am arguing for you don't get better at something by not doing it. I do think our best version of Ilia is not going to be the next version we see of Ilia. I think that those breaks matter, and even if it keeps you even, he could still win. And even if it brings you down a little bit, he can still win. Ilia is really, really good. But we've disrespected Gaethje enough over the last month, haven't we? Gaethje's talking about this could be my last fight, release me, I don't even want to be here anymore. And generally when a guy talks like that, he's got 1 foot in and 1 foot out and it doesn't go well. Gaethje looked like one nasty son of a gun to me. So this whole idea that Ilia's going to come back and that belt is just waiting for him, that's a little bit strong. Or the whole idea that if we want to create a narrative where perhaps the great Ilia could lose, the only way we can do that is to move him up a weight and go against Islam. I'm not quite there. Justin Gaethje is a real guy.
Khabib Nurmagomedov has issued a stern warning to Ilia Topuria following Topuria's recent comments targeting Islam Makhachev. El Matador had claimed that Islam is scared and hesitating to sign a contract for their potential matchup. In his latest interview, Khabib said that Islam has no plans to drop back down in weight. If Topuria wants this fight, he'll have to come up. But Khabib warned Ilia that stepping into the octagon with Islam would be putting himself in serious danger. Here's what Khabib said, quote, "For me, I'm not interested in Islam dropping back down to lightweight. He's already proven everything there. He's dominated the division, accomplished what needed to be done, and there's nothing left for him to prove. At 34 years old, there's no reason to put his body through the stress of cutting weight anymore. Ilia talks a lot, making it sound like he wants this fight. But trust me, he doesn't really. He's not ready to take that step. He'd be putting himself in some serious danger. If he decides to come up though, why not? We can make it happen and give the fans a fight worth watching." The comments come amid growing speculation about the White House event, where a potential showdown between Makhachev and Topuria could take place. Islam has recently expressed positive signs about a fight with Ilia, which could hijack the headline from Justin Gaethje, who currently holds an interim lightweight belt. Should Makhachev versus Topuria become official, Justin would likely have to face another opponent to unify his title, with names like Arman already being floated as possible contenders. This situation adds another layer of intrigue to the lightweight division, as fans debate the logistics and potential outcomes of these high-stakes matchups. The lightweight landscape is shaping up for one of the most unpredictable periods in recent UFC history. Alexander Volkanovski reflects on two defining moments of his career: his first fight with Islam Makhachev and the Bald Volk era in his Max Holloway trilogy. Looking back at the Makhachev fight, Volk says it was one of the biggest moments of his career, even in defeat. Going up against a fighter of Islam's caliber, with his unique style, many doubted Alex could compete, but he did. The fight broke records in Australia for attendance, gates, and pay-per-view buys, living up to the hype and cementing his status as a pound-for-pound elite fighter. Alex also reflects on the Bald Volk era during his trilogy with Max Holloway. He explains that the second fight, surrounded by controversy, set the stage for his third encounter, where he fully embraced a new attitude. By fully stepping into that persona, he finally separated himself from Holloway in the eyes of fans, earning widespread acceptance and the recognition he'd been seeking. For Volkanovski, both experiences represent critical chapters in his journey, one showing he could compete with the very best in the world, the other proving he could capture the fans' hearts while dominating at the highest level.
Even though you didn't win that first fight in Perth, what did you gain from fighting Islam? It was very high level, and no one's really pushed into that level since.
Well, we know how good Islam is till this day. Look what he's doing. And everyone knew that back then. It's just he hasn't faced the guys yet to even get that type of resume. Even though his resume was still good, it wasn't the resume what he's got now, but everyone knew he was that good. And me moving up against a guy that's got that style, everyone thought there's no way. So for me to go out there and do what I did, and a lot of people thinking I won, and just having that type of fight, me still being pound for pound number one, was still crazy. Like for us, and we broke records here in Australia when you talk numbers and gates and pay-per-views here in Australia, everything like that. So it was a massive fight. It lived up to the hype, the storyline, everything around it was just incredible. And a very, very big part. Even though I lost, I still think it's probably the biggest moment of one of the biggest moments of my career.
That's it from MMA Psycho. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for daily MMA news.